a thing going on at Man United at the moment where there's only a few months left of David De Gea's contract at Man United. He's been linked with Real Madrid for the last 3 to 4 years until United's fax machine broke with minutes to go till the end of the 2015 summer transfer window. And I laughed at that. I was in New York when it happened, and me and my uncle were United fans, and we were fingers crossed thinking, please don't go, please don't go. Woke up the morning after, he's staying. And poor Sergio Romero thought, why have I just signed for Man U and now I'm a second-hand goalkeeper? What happened there? But 4 years on, Conor, it looks as though his agent wants, according to the Daily Mirror, he wants more money. He wants 500 grand a week, which would be level with Alexis Sanchez. But if you think about it, he could potentially be the highest earner because Sanchez might be gone in the summer. So what do you think? Do you think that's understandable? Do you think they're asking for too much? Or do you think United should look at Romero and think you're our next number one keeper?
Pay the man.
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 It's simply put, pay the man. You know, he's a talented player. Arguably has helped United win several games in the past through his fantastic defensive work, his goalkeeping, and things like that. You look at a player like him, and he's arguably been the best Premier League goalkeeper for quite some time in the league, and he's irreplaceable for United. He's done so much for the football club over the years, you know, transforming from the skinny little goalkeeper that came in from Atletico Madrid that no one thought had stood a chance to then taking on the protein shakes like yours truly and getting himself a bit bulkier up to take on the role a bit more and be a bit more of a brute and still keep that athleticism as well. So he's definitely been worth the price tag that he's now earned himself. He's definitely more valuable than what he was all those years ago when the fax machine fell out the window and he didn't actually go to
Thank you, Ed
to
Woodward.
Madrid. Yeah, the best decision that Ed Woodward's ever made is pushing a fax machine out the window, cutting a wire, or doing a classic Homer Simpson when he goes, "Oh, we need one of these new nuclear operational things." He says, "Oh no, yours is working fine." Gets the Coke and just goes, "Oh no, oh my God, so cracking up." That's basically what Ed Woodward did on that transfer window deadline day. But yeah, you know, if United were to lose him, there's still plenty of options for them to replace him, whether it is through Romeo,
Lee Grant.
Lee Grant.
He could be a perfect substitution for him.
You've missed one man, Jamie Burgoyne.
You want to play in goal for United?
Oh, big Dean Henderson.
Oh, Dean Henderson.
Yes.
Oh, I was actually going to go for Jan Oblak, but you know, from Atletico Madrid.
You've got one of the best. You have got one of the best, English goalkeeping talents. Who's amazing at saving penalties. Even Conor.
You had a stat, didn't you?
I believe so. Yeah, he faced I think about 15 penalties.
Yeah,
and he must have saved about 12, 13 of them.
David De Gea is awful at penalties.
He is terrible.
The Spain game,
he is terrible.
I remember being at the League One promotion playoff, and like 8 minutes in, Beckles takes down one of the Rotherham attackers, and there's a penalty straight away. And, just before he'd even shot, Henderson was going straight the right way and saved it. I remember losing my voice with like another whole 82 minutes and then 30 minutes of extra time to go. And, he's an absolutely solid keeper. I think you just get Romero in for the next season. Keep Henderson as an understudy and it's kind of like fade him across. No one needs to be paid 500 grand a week.
No, but do you think that's just the way it's going in football? Because it's going to get to that point, isn't it? In terms of salaries in the future.
He'll get his payday. It's just whether or not it's going to be at United. I think that's the question. If United do look at like Dean Henderson and say, you've had a great season at Sheffield United. If they do get promoted, that's even better. Are you ready for the Premier League jump yet? Might not be ready. So
you've seen him at Sheffield United.
Yeah.
How was he against? Was it West Brom?
West Brom. Yeah, he was great in the closing minutes of that game, and kept Dwight Gale out in that one. So he's got that quality already that can do well in the Premier League. It's just whether or not he can perform at a top 6 club and keep them in contention for what United's aim will be next season, which is be finishing in the Champions League spots at the very bare minimum. So that might be a case where United do look abroad for another goalkeeper and potentially bring in someone like Jan Oblak from Atletico Madrid
and not keep Romero as number one.
The wheels will be turning then because if De Gea goes to Madrid, it allows Madrid to sell Thibaut Courtois to Atletico, and then United can use the money from De Gea.
I don't think
to get
Atletico.
Oblak.
I don't think
Well,
Atletico would
you'd
have
be
Thibaut
surprised.
back.
You'd be surprised because Diego Simeone is actually a big fan of him still.
He might be, but the
Yeah,
fans
big
are.
fan.
Courtois was a great player for Atletico Madrid before he went to
Did
Chelsea.
you see
I
what the
remember.
fans did to
Yeah, I
when
did,
he came
I
back?
did.
Do you really think
Yeah.
they're going to open arms?
They might still throw a lot of rat toys at him, but the rats might be holding like little pushy love hearts instead. He's like, "Oh, we love you, you rat."
But there's something which comes with a lot of Man United youngsters, that they have this amazing mentality. I remember when Dean Henderson signed for Sheffield, and he was saying, they said, "Oh, we hear that you want to be, starting for United." And he said, "I want to be the number one. I want to be the number one keeper for United and England as well." He's got this amazing sort of like level head. I remember because he had these massive 80s fans will know, Depeche Mode's Martin Gore, this big blonde locks. And he shaved it all off for Hope House, which is, a small charity based in Shropshire for children with terminal illnesses. And he wasn't really tied to it, but he did that. He got raised quite a bit of money for it. But he's just got a great sort of mentality. He talks about going about. He wants to go out in front of massive crowds and do the best he can for himself and his country and his team. I think that's perfect. I think Roshan Williams, who's moved to Shrewsbury recently, they were saying about how much of his boost of that sort of positive mentality in the dressing room just changes everything. And I'm sure you probably see it through some of the players like Rashford, Lingard.
Oh yeah. I think they know United, don't they?
Yeah.
I think whoever comes from the youth setup, they definitely know Man United.
I was just going to say a quick note before you move on to the F1. History tells us that really, Dean Henderson could be the next United goalkeeper because of the situation that played out last summer, where Ed Woodward wouldn't give Jose Mourinho the money to spend to bring in a defender. Why would goalkeeper be any different? If they still need to improve in that department if De Gea does leave and they bring in this money in, it's like, well, no, I don't want to invest it in that. I want to spread it out evenly across the squad rather than just spending 70 million on bringing a goalkeeper when we've got someone like Dean Henderson. And United do have the history of promoting their youth into their squad, likes Rashford, likes Lingard,
and when you've got Solskjaer,
you've got
Solskjaer involved at the moment, he's definitely going to look, isn't he?
Yeah. So I think the pathway is there at the moment. The pathway is there for Henderson if he wants to go into the United first team spot. The only roadblock is Ed Woodward, really, in my opinion.
I think history as well tells us that he'll go to Madrid just because of the players that Madrid have signed from United in the past. Anyone that's in form at United, and when Madrid are interested, they go. I can see him going in the summer.